I'm using the heavier whisk here to break up the egg yolk. Okay? So we're just going to smash this into the egg yolks. Dijon mustard and egg yolks are a perfect pairing. Egg yolks and truffle oil or truffles are a perfect pairing as well. So those are flavors that always go together. Okay? So once we've added this, we've smashed it down, we've started to crumble it, all of the mustard is absorbed by the egg yolk. We would then start adding mayonnaise. So we're going to use pre-fat mayonnaise today.
Is there a reason do you prefer that, or it's just so we don't have to make it pretzel?
I think that this holds better. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take some mayonnaise here. And this is the critical point. Do not add too much. We only want to add a little so that we can get the egg yolk emulsified. So I'm starting with about 1/4 of a cup in the beginning. And this is just to help mash our mixture here. And as you can see here, it's still pretty thick. Okay, but it can go from pretty thick to pretty thin pretty easily. So I'm just going to add a little more mayo. Now this mayonnaise does have a lot more salt in it, which means that in the end we probably won't need to season anymore because of the salt that's in the mayonnaise. Okay. Now one of the things or the problems with piping is that if there are any lumps in the mixture, it's going to have a difficult time coming out of your pastry bag. So we want to make sure that this is nice and smooth. Okay, so this is the first step to the mixture. Do you see how it looks like cauliflower? It's sort of crumbly. Okay, so this means that now our egg mixture is getting close. It's starting to come together, but it's not quite there yet. So when you're at this stage, pay close attention to how much mayonnaise you put in here, because it could go from this to runny very easily. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little more mayo here. And what you want to see is that you want to see the mixture turn very smooth. Okay? So once it loses this lumpy texture and it becomes smooth, you know you're done. You can then go ahead and taste it. And if you feel that the flavor is good enough, you can leave it. If you would like to add more seasoning, you can. Okay, so we're almost there.
Could you put like egg whites in a RoboCoupe to make them smooth, or would that?
No, egg whites will never get smooth. They may get fine to a point where it's like grains of sand, but they'll never get smooth. Okay, so you can see this is getting a little thinner. And you can see as I'm mixing it around, it looks like the mixture is getting smooth. Okay, with some lumps. So we're just going to keep on mixing this until it's absolutely smooth and that there are no lumps. Okay? At that time, when it is completely smooth, we're going to taste it. If you think you need a little more mustard, you can add more mustard. If you think you need a little more salt, you can add more salt. But the garnish for this is going to be black olive and pickled red pepper, so we don't want it to be too salty. I want the mustard flavor to really come out, to be really pronounced. So I'm going to put 2 more spoons in here. I have to be very careful because the mustard is also going to thin out the egg mixture. You never know, because I use 15 eggs. So I use 15 egg yolks. If you have more than 15 egg yolks, you can definitely start with 4 spoons in the beginning. But if you have less egg yolks than I do, don't put the full amount. Okay, so we're getting close. Taste again. Okay, I'm there. Some of you may say it needs more salt. It doesn't. This is just right. Si Fosing taste.